Welcome to the Physio Voice. Myself, Sheikh Abdul Qadir, and this week we are going to see about spasticity and motor control in stroke, the probable link between these two factors and its implication on neurorehabilitation. Spasticity is a velocity-dependent increase in tonic stretch reflexes resulting from hyperexcitability of stretch reflex. However, the underlying mechanism is still unclear. The plausible mechanism appears to be the reticulospinal hyperactivity due to loss of balance between inhibitory and excitatory decreasing reticulospinal projections after stroke. Before proceeding with the motor recovery, it is vital for us to understand the normal motor control. The motor control has three major domains including task, individual, and environment. The task in turn comprises of mobility, stability, and manipulation. The individual comprises of action, cognition, and perception, and the environment is either regulatory or non-regulatory. In short, the movement is a task-oriented activity performed by an individual in a given environment. The goal of motor control is to achieve this without losing the stability. Coming to the link between spasticity and motor control, spasticity can be designated as an impairment at the individual level. Through its altered interaction with the task and environment, the motor control can be affected to some extent because of spasticity. In clinical setting, the spasticity is usually assessed via Ashworth scale, Tardieu scale, goniometric assessment, or passive range of motion measurement. It is clear that all the maneuvers are passive and doesn't consider the two major domains, task or environment. Same way, the spasticity management is also comprises of passive stretching, physical modalities such as shock wave, neuromuscular electrical stimulation, cryotherapy, etc., and positioning. All these spasticity management are based on the principle of minimizing changes in the viscoelastic properties of the connective tissue. However, the evidences prove to have no clinical significance of these measures, including prevention of contracture. It is commonly believed that the spasticity is the main roadblock for gaining motor control. Hence, spasticity management is advised as an adjunct to normal neurorehabilitation. However, the passive mode of tackling spasticity seems to have profound impact on patients in terms of willingness and time. Reasoning to adapt these measures is poorly communicated or understood. Here comes the question of what to do. Functional training or repetitive task training appears to have significant effect on motor control. It can be argued that the soft tissues undergo required changes while doing functional training in a context-specific manner. For example, training the patient to squat for toileting activities can stretch the quadriceps muscle adequately. Coming to motor recovery after stroke is widely debated on the basis of wrong pattern or substitution and compensation. At this point of time, it can be said that the compensatory strategies will be needed in the case of permanent unchanging impairments, regardless of whether the patient has an acute or a chronic condition. Most commonly in stroke, it is uncertain. When it is uncertain whether the impairments will resolve or not, the clinician can adopt time-based decision making, that is, working towards recovery of normal strategies in the acute stage and switching to a compensatory focus in the chronic stage. However, the waiting or working toward recovery of normal strategies have some serious questions, such as whether is it really possible to alter. For example, an acute stroke patient who started walking with circumflexion or knee hyperextension, is it really possible to achieve normal gait and kinetics and kinematics? Secondly, to pick a choice between waiting or working with uncertainty or achieving at least some function with substitution or compensation. Finally, if altered movement pattern is the way of nervous system to tackle the lesion, why to restrict it and not facilitate? The take-home message from this video is the exact role of spasticity and its impact on motor control or motor recovery is unclear. The available treatment strategies to influence spasticity fails to provide meaningful clinical improvement. Functional training appears to be the best choice in regaining motor control at this point of time. Normal recovery versus compensation must be as decided with the patient consultation and expectations with all the uncertainties explained. The Physio Voice team acknowledges that the content covered in this short video is oversimplified and it requires in-depth understanding of neurophysiology, fundamental physics, etc. This video is aimed at providing insight to the current practice and belief. The viewers are strongly recommended to analyze or critically appraise. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, The Physio Voice.